Hi, myself, Vaishnavi is Nair. My topic of the presentation is Humanistic Model of Social Casework. Let's see what exactly is models. Models of social casework guides social worker in their intervention and strategies. These models provide a systematic approach to understand clients' need, formulate intervention, and evaluate outcomes. Humanistic model view human nature as basically good with an inherent potential to maintain healthy and meaningful relationship and to make choice that are in the interest of oneself and others. It focuses on the helping people free themselves from disabling assumption and attitude so they can live a fuller life. The model emphasizes growth and self actualization rather than curing diseases and eliminating disorder. It also targets present conscious process rather than the unconscious process and past causes. It says that people have the inherent capacity for responsible self direction. According to the humanistic model, the cause of the problem is when a person is not being his or her true self. A social caseworker who adopts this model tries to create a relationship with the client that is warm and accepting and trust that the client's inner drive is to actualize in an healthy direction. Humanistic model is an application of humanistic theory. At the second half of 20th century, humanistic psychology emerged as the third force of psychology after the psychoanalytical and behavioral school. The humanistic psychology or theory gave emphasis to conscious experience of individual, personal growth, self-actualization, and the inherent value and dignity of individual. The major theories under the humanistic psychology are person-centered theory by Carl Rogers and hierarchy of need theory by Abraham Maslow. In 1940, Carl Rogers, an American psychologist and the founder of humanistic psychology, developed the person centered theory. It is also known as kind centered theory or Rogerian approach. Roger believed strongly in the power of free will and self determination. Let's look at some basic assumption of this theory. Roger believed in the inherent tendency of an individual to strive for personal growth and self-actualization. In this theory, he believed that all individuals have the innate drive referred to as the actualization tendency, which motivate them to engage in activities that contributes to their personal satisfaction and growth while making a positive impact on society. This tendency is seen as a fundamental characteristic present in all living organisms. He believed that when we are born, we have a whole true self. But as we grow older, we start to interact with the external world. We start to split into two different parts. The first part is what known as real self, and the second part is the ideal self. Okay. The real self is created through the actualization tendency. It is the self that one can become or the person you actually are. The demands of the society, however, do not allow or support the actualization tendency, and we are forced to live under the condition that are out of the step with our tendencies. The ideal self is the self created through the demands of the society. Look at the Venn diagram, one circle being the real self and the another circle being the ideal self. As we grow older, our environment and social circumstances through our life changes. The two circles starts separating from one another, creating only a narrow overlapping or separation. This separation is known as incongruence. This incongruence or distance between the real self and the actual self can cause anxiety, fear, depression, stress, etc. The main reason why this happens is because we as human beings that sweats away and tries to become acceptable by the society and do things that society deems to be correct. So we start performing in an unauthentical way, a way that is not our real self. The greater the incongruence between the real self and the ideal self, the greater the person became isolated and maladjusted. Roger states that having a healthy relationship can help someone become congruent again. Congruent is the part of where the real self and the ideal self are closely overlapped, but never completely overlapped, but just more or less aligned. And we start acting with our true authentical nature. According to Roger, people have the ability to heal and aid any type of psychological or emotional needs that they had as long as a healthy therapeutic relationship is established. According to Roger, organisms know what is good for them. Evolution have provided us with the sense, the taste, the discrimination we need. When we are hungry, we find a food, not just any food, but food that tastes good. Food that tastes bad is likely to be spoiled, rotten, and unhealthy. This is called organismic valuing. Based on these assumptions made by Carl Roger, the person centered or client centered therapy emerged. The client centered therapy may help a person who experiences anxiety and psychosis, dementia, depression, mood disorder, negative thoughts related to post traumatic stress disorder, etc. The second theory is Maslow's hierarchy of need theory of human motivation. This theory was proposed by Abraham Maslow, an American psychologist, in 1943. This theory was published in a journal called Psychological Review with the title A Theory of Human Motivation. According to him, the human actions are motivated by desire to meet specific needs. What Maslow say in this theory is that people are motivated by increasingly complex needs. Once the most basic need is fulfilled, people then became motivated to pursue the higher level needs. Theory explains that as human, our actions are motivated by our desire to meet specific needs. Maslow focused in particular on the needs of the people in life. His theory proposed that there are five types of need that a person need to fulfill in life for achieving their full potential. From the bottom to top, Maslow's five level of need are physiological need, safety need, social need, esteem need, and self-actualization need. The pyramid represents an hierarchy. What this means is that when a lower level of need has been fulfilled, then only a person motivated by opportunities to meet the next level of their needs. A classic example to explain this phenomena is to consider a man who is dying of thirst in a desert. He will not be motivated by the higher level of motivators such as opportunity to improve his language. Instead, he will be only motivated by his desire to quench his thirst so that he can live. This basic need must be met first. Level 1, Physiological need. Physiological needs are the basic physical need that you must need to live, and they are vital for your survival. These needs include food to eat, water to drink, air to breathe, shelter to protect from elements, warmth to avoid freezing, and shelter to refresh you. Note that Maslow included sex within the category as a basic physical need because reproduction is vital to the survival of human species. Level 2, Safety need. Once you met your physiological need, the next need you will look to satisfy are your safety needs. Once your basic physical needs are satisfied, we all want to feel safe and secure. These needs include being free from war, natural disaster, and violence. In workplace, these needs include job satisfaction or job security, a safe working environment, having access to grievance procedures, saving some money each month, knowing you have health insurance and should you become ill, etc. The physiological and safety needs combined are often referred to as basic needs. Level 3, Social needs. Once you met your safety needs, the next need you will look to satisfy are your social needs. At this level, you will have a desire to develop your interpersonal relationship and you want to feel a sense of belongingness. These needs include intimacy, friendship, and family. According to Maslow, at this level, you will feel your need to belonging to one or more group. The group could be a family group, a workplace group, a social group, etc. The feeling of love, care, and belongingness can avoid issues such as loneliness, anxiety, and depression. Level 4, esteem need. Once you meet the basic three levels of need of Maslow's hierarchy, then you move towards the esteem need, which will influence and drive your behavior. Esteem needs are your ego needs or status needs. At this level, you will be motivated by getting recognition from other, achieving higher status, achieving respect, and feeling important. In a nutshell, you want to feel you are making contribution to the world and that others recognize your contributions. According to Maslow, there are two sets of esteem needs, the lower and higher esteem. Lower esteem is simply the needs for respect from others, and whereas higher esteem is self respect. Esteem needs and social needs together is called as psychological needs. The level fifth or the highest level is self actualization or self fulfillment need. It drives to become the best that you can become. It is about your full potential as a human being. You can think that first four levels of the hierarchy as being a set of level you must master to enable you to reach the self actualization level. Because we all are unique, this final level, each of us will pick something individual to us at which we want to excel, like uh, desire to be a best parent, desire to be a best athlete, desire to create the most beautiful art. It is the unique desire that motivate us in each day. The other approaches that adopts humanistic approach are individual psychology, gestalt psychology, and existential psychology. The individual psychology is proposed by Alfred Adler, an Austrian medical doctor who is considered as the founder of School of Individual Psychology. It focuses on understanding individual as a unique and unified being with a need of significance and belonging, and emphasize the role of social connection and early childhood experience in shaping personality. He believed that individuals are motivated by their own unique subjective experience and interpretation of world which guide their thoughts, feelings and actions. Gestalt psychology was founded by Max Wertheimer as Czechoslovakian psychologist who developed a lie detection device. Wolfgang Kochler and Kurt Kofka are considered as the co-founders of Gestalt therapy. In 1940s, Fruits Perls and Lawrence Perls found Gestalt therapy based on Gestalt theory. It emphasized the importance of context and the idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and explore how individuals perceive the world as organized whole, not just isolated parts. In Gestalt therapy, Gestalt psychologists help individuals become aware of their thoughts and feelings and their actions in respective moments to foster self-understanding and personal growth. The next one is existential psychology. Roll May was an American existential psychologist who is known as the father of existential psychology. The existential psychology believed that individuals have the freedom and responsibility to create their own meanings and choices. It focuses on the individual's subjective experience and their search for meaning and purpose in life. In existential therapy, the focus is on helping the client confront existential concerns such as death, isolation, freedom, and the meaning of existence. The humanistic model of social casework consists of seven stages. The first one is remoteness. The client focuses on the past, symptoms, and may engage in blaming others for their problem. The second one is discussing other people. The client talks about their issues through the lens of others' experience rather than their own. Change in manner of perception. The client start to perceive themselves as an object, avoiding present experience and emotions. Movement towards awareness of denied experience, the client reveals into deeper feeling and begins to acknowledge denied emotions. The sixth one is change in personality structure and organization. The client undergoes transformative shift in their personality and organization of self. The last one is characteristic change in behavior. Finally, the client demonstrates significant and lasting change in their behavior and approach to life challenges. For making a progress in a client, the therapeutic relationship with these features can be used as a technique in humanistic model of social casework. The first feature is therapist congruence, which is therapist's openness and genuineness and willing to relate to client. The second one is unconditional positive regard. Therapist should accept the client totally as who he or she is. Next and last one is empathetical understanding. Showing emotional understanding and sensitivity towards the client can help in building an appropriate therapeutic relationship. The benefits of humanistic model in social casework. This model emphasizes clients' empowerment, allowing the individual to take part an active role in identifying and addressing their issues, leading to greater sense of control and autonomy. The second one is person centered approach. By prioritizing empathy and condition positive regard, clients feel genuinely understood, accepted, and valued, foster a trust and supportive therapeutic relationship. The next one is holistic perspective. The model consider the client as a whole, a person, taking into account their emotion, thought, experience, and values, leading to more comprehensive and personalized intervention. Increased self awareness. Clients are encouraged to explore their feelings and experience, which can consider to greater self awareness and insight into their life challenges and potential solution. Next one is positive change. The focus of self exploration, goal setting, and empowerment facilitate meaningful and lasting positive change in clients' behavior, attitude, and relationship. The next one is respect for diversity. The humanistic model is adaptable and sensitive to individual differences, cultural backgrounds, and values, and ensure a cultural competent approach to social casework. The next one is non judgmental environment. The non judgmental and accepting nature of this model help the client to feel safe to express themselves openly, reducing feelings of shame and guilt. The next one is enhancing communication skills. Through active listening and empathetic response, client may learn healthy communication pattern leading to better relationship with the others. Next one is support growth and development. The model encouraged personal growth and the development of the client's strength and potential, leading to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. Self satisfaction. Client often reports high self satisfaction of the humanistic model as they feel respected, heard, and support throughout the process. The next is stress reduction. The model can help client manage stress and anxiety more effectively by fostering self awareness and teaching coping strategies. The last one is long term benefit. The insight and coping skills gained during the humanistic approach can be considered to be beneficial for the client in a longer terms. While the humanistic model in social casework has its strength, it also has some limitation. The humanistic model may lack a structured and systematic framework which could make it challenging to address the complex and specific issues effectively. The client-centered approach of this model may require significant amount of time which can be limited in case where there is time constraint or immediate intervention are needed. The third one is some client may not respond well to the non-directive nature of humanistic approach. Those who requires more guidance and structure might find this model less beneficial. The client-centered model might not be sufficient for individuals dealing with severe mental health conditions that require more specific and intense therapeutic interventions. The focus of self actualization and personal growth may not be applicable or relevant to all individuals, especially those facing external challenges or hardships. The humanistic model may not be best approach for crisis intervention or situation required immediate risk assessment and management. The success of the humanistic model relies heavily on the social worker's ability to connect with the client and provide empathetical support and make outcome somewhat subjective and variable. The model's individualistic focus may not fully address cultural and contextual factors that influence a client's experience and need. While the humanistic model emphasizes therapeutic relationship, it may lack specific techniques or intervention that would be beneficial for certain clients or issues. The last one is compared to other therapeutic model, the humanistic approach have relatively less empirical evidence support its efficiency, which might raise concern about its effectiveness in certain contexts. Despite these limitations, the humanistic model can still be valued for many individuals seeking personal growth, self awareness, and increasing autonomy in their life. Social workers often integrate elements of their approach with the other model to create a more comprehensive and tailored intervention for their client. References? Thank you all.